Good morning, Hillsdale UB Church, and Merry Christmas. Oh, it is so good to be joining you this morning for just a couple minutes as we celebrate together the birth of Christ. Over the past several weeks, we've been kind of talking about those involved in that first Christmas, the cast of Christmas, those that we set up each year as part of our nativity scenes in our homes. It's been really enjoyable for me to kind of walk through this cast of characters, to remember each of them, to be inspired by them, if you will. I think back to when we talked about Mary, that simple girl from the obscure village in Galilee. She knew her life would never be the same, that everything would be different from that moment forward after she spoke with Gabriel, the angel. And yet she was honored. She was blessed to serve the Lord in that way. She knew that life would be difficult, that it would be painful for her. She would be misunderstood. There would be others that wouldn't believe her. They would find themselves skeptical. They may ridicule her. She knew that in so many ways she would be terribly inconvenienced, and yet she willingly made herself available to be used by God. After we talked about Mary, we took some time to think about her husband, Joseph, that humble and obedient man of God who was willing to do whatever was necessary to protect and preserve the chosen one of the Lord. Joseph was a man who lived with integrity. He was obedient to the scriptures, and he was committed to doing what was right according to God's standards, no matter what. He's an inspiration to all of us to serve God humbly in all that we do. After we talked about Joseph, we remembered the shepherds, those obscure characters, the ones who were completely undeserving to be included into God's story. They didn't have anything to offer. They simply responded to God's invitation. And once they did so, once they had heard from the Lord and saw what he was doing, they were so passionate and excited to share what God had revealed to them. And they began to tell everyone. And those who heard their message were amazed by their testimony. And then just yesterday, we took some time to remember the angels who were involved all throughout this story, speaking with Mary and Joseph, appearing to the shepherds. These mighty ones of God who have carried out God's purposes on earth and in heaven for uncountable millennia. They inform mankind of God's activity, and they guide us along the way, eventually, to the Son. As we have talked about all of these individuals, I found myself grateful for Mary, a faithful servant who would give her whole life for the Messiah. I found myself inspired by Joseph, the protector God didn't need and the world all but forgets, who simply obeyed, who humbly obeyed. I'm encouraged by the lowly shepherds, invited into a story they didn't deserve to be in, but they were so grateful, and they gave exuberant testimony to God's work as they saw it play out before their eyes. And I have found myself awestruck at the angelic messengers who announce God's fulfilled promise. They guided the individuals through very difficult paths that they might obey faithfully that which God had invited them into. We learned something from each of them. We are challenged and inspired by each of them. And yet this morning I can't help but think none of them's necessary. You see, there's only one of the cast of Christmas that cannot be removed or replaced. Without the child, there is no nativity for us to celebrate. Without the child, there's no eternity for us to anticipate. Jesus, he is the story. God incarnated, taking on flesh, made human for us. He is truly a cast of one, and all the rest of us are simply supporting characters. And so I would encourage you, I'd invite you this morning as you celebrate Christmas with your friends and your family. Consider the following questions. First, like those that we've talked about over the past several weeks, maybe ask yourself, how can I serve, protect, worship, and declare the works of Jesus in everything that I do? The second question would be this: do I participate as a supporting character in his story, or do I live as if he is a supporting character in mine? We so often get that backwards, don't we? Living as if God is the extra in our movie. You see, it's his story. It's his beautiful purposes. It's his incredible creation. The last question I would love for us to consider together today is how might Jesus better become the central role, not just in my story, but in each scene of my life, where I work, where I play, where I live? How do I make Christ the center of everything that I am and everything that I do? If I can figure that out, and if I can begin to live that out, then I've taken the appropriate role as a member of the cast myself, that God might be honored in my life. As you celebrate Christmas with your children, with family, and your closest friends today, I wish you the warmest of greetings and hopes for the new year. I look so forward to continue worshiping with you each week and seeing what God might continue to do through our lives on the behalf of our community and our world. To his glory and his glory alone, have a wonderful, wonderful, and Merry Christmas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Safe the way that leads on high, and close the path to misery. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
2, 3, 4.
Come thou long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free from our fears and sins relieved.
long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free from our fears and sins, release us. Let us find our rest in thee.